to wrap your mind around Mount Everest. But Jimmie, now you're Jimmie Garland.
Jimmie Garland, yes.
Give some background on you and how you became involved with Sheila.
Well, I am the state chair for the political action for the Tennessee Conference of Branches for the NAACP. I am also the president of the Clarksville branch of NAACP, and I'm a civil rights activist currently extraordinary, however you want to clarify. But Sheila came to the conference several years ago and asked the conference if we would support them in their plight to try to correct this injustice. We are an organization that deals with people's civil rights being abridged. And we feel that in their case, their civil rights have been abridged. The leadership has not been held accountable for the action that they have neglected to take in defense of their constituency. I am here to represent our state president, Ms. Gloria Jean Sweetlove, and we're here to also to let her know that we stand with her. We stand with her, and we feel that the leadership, not only of the city of Dixon, but also the state, and also at the federal level, should get involved and deal with this issue, because it's not only Sheila that's going through this. Somebody out there that's going through it don't even know it. And we applaud her for taking the stance to come forth, and she and her family, and making this known to us. And as leaders, we have the responsibility of making sure.
So had you heard of something as tragic as Sheila's?
Up until the time that we met in Dixon and it was brought to our attention, I didn't even know that that the situation existed. I retired from the military in 1997 from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And I'm from North Carolina originally, so I don't have a lot of background on this area. But since I've been retired, I've been dealing with a lot of issues locally, whether it's students' rights, police inequities in our community. And when this was brought to my attention, I felt honored to be part of the movement to try to right this injustice.
So in helping Sheila defend her rights, what have you and your organization, what have y'all been doing?
Well, we've been standing with her. The action that have been taken, I don't have a list of them, but I know that that the president has been talking with people across the state and people at upper level of government about what's going on. The problem is you can talk all day long, but if the people at the level that can make a difference refuse to take action, the only thing you can do is talk.
So why are they refusing? I mean, are you getting, I mean, just a hypothetical question, just your own opinion, not nothing that you have down.
In my own opinion, it's about accountability. Once you accept responsibility for an act, especially an act as gruesome as this right here, you are bound to have to do something to correct it. And a lot of people are in denial, and denial don't fix the problem. The only way the problem can be fixed is by leaders, real men and women, whoever they are, standing up and taking ownership of the situation and bringing resolution by helping the Holt family work through this process and get them their just rights. One of the things Sheila hasn't told you is that, you know, that in settlement, they offered the white family $1 million, and they want to offer them $8,000. And this is sort of like an inequity.
$8,000 for what? I mean, I need to.
She better tell you
what?
that.
Well, I guess they might have given them the money for their land. Even though we have 150 acres, they don't have near as much as we did, and they settled with them. They did not. They haven't, you know, they haven't really came serious of trying to talk settlement with us.
I mean, but $8,000 for. So were they admitting something was?
I don't know. They said we weren't worth. That's what we got, that we were not worth.
No, wait,
he did not say, yes, the way we got it was that we were not worth $8,000.
$1 million, and they want to offer them $8,000. And this is sort of like an inequity.
$8,000 for what? I mean, I need to.
She better tell you
what?
that.
Well, I guess they might have given them the money for their land. even though we have 150 acres, they don't have near as much as we did, and they settled with them. They did not. They haven't, they haven't really came serious of trying to talk settlement with us.
I mean, but $8,000 for. So were they admitting something was?
I don't know. They said we weren't worth. That's what we got. That we were not worth.
No, wait.
He did not say. Yes, the way we got it was that we were not worth $8,000. So
what?
So yes.
What?
This is America.
Yeah.
And we.
And Jimmie said earlier that he'd been in the military, probably traveled all over the world, and had not ever heard of environmental racism. That's the same with me. I've been to college, and I've lived in Hawaii and lived in Washington, D.C., and I thought I was pretty worldly, probably. I'd never heard of the term, and I've said if there was more shows like yours that informing people about these type of issues, racism, that we think we're beyond. No, there's new types of racism. They found different types of way of getting us, and I'd never heard of environmental racism. Just the term, just environmental what? Somebody told me, go on the internet and type in environmental racism and see what you get. And there was tons of stuff. I learned to use the computer when all this started. My husband had bought a computer and paid way too much, and so I refused to learn how to use it because I didn't want to use the money. But when this happened, I started reading about environmental racism, and I would fall asleep at the computer because there was so much information there that I would just, keep reading and keep reading.